Alright, so boom. Like I said in part 1, the Migos had more songs I disliked than ones I like. I know y'all didn't really count them because there was a lot, so I'll just tell you. It was 40 songs from their album that I didn't enjoy and 31 songs that I did enjoy. Y'all have already heard me slander them in part 1, so let's not waste any time and get straight into talking about the Migos songs that I do mess with. Now, the Migos don't have any songs that I would classify as a guilty pleasure. The only bad songs they have, in my opinion, are Pipe It Up and Flood It, and I didn't like either of those songs. They were already in the whack tier. So every song that I talk about in this part will be a track that's at least decent. Let's get right to it.
Raindrop, drop top, smoking, no cooking, the hot box.
This was my first time hearing anything in Lil Uzi's verse other than the yeah at the beginning. Before listening to this song for this video, that was the only part of his verse that I knew. The song is mostly cool because I like the hook, and hearing the song does bring back a lot of memories for me. But if I'm being honest, all 3 verses here were just mediocre, basic shit that the Migos always say, and I didn't care for Uzi's verse like that either. So overall, I would say Bad and Bougie is just a cool song.
Yeah, beat the pipe, oh.
Dog, there's a couple of moments in this song that's just really catchy to me, like the hook, beat the pipe, oh. And then part of Offset's verse, geeking out, she geeking on the dough, 10 different bitches, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. So this song wasn't all that, but it's still a bop that has several moments that I enjoy listening to.
I'm the dab daddy.
Takeoff's verse is annoying to me, and so is the beat at the very beginning of the song. This was very close to being a skip actually, but Quavo and Offset's performance, I do like theirs enough to where it made me realize I do like coming back to the song.
Here we go, begging plead for the culture. Here we go, begging plead.
The sound effects they put on Quavo for the hook was a good touch because it sounds like he's the leader of a cult or something, and all his minions are saying, "Ah, here we go, begging plead for the culture." And I like it. As ass as this album is, I think they had a nice enough opening song.
Player.
Offset and Quavo have some bars in here where I felt like they was trying to be bad. Quavo saying she can't play me like a PlayStation, or Offset saying I'm flyer than a feather, or I'll put a hole in a nigga, he look like a bagel. And those type of bars are so outdated, it don't make no sense. Other than that, this song is cool. Them talking about how they can upgrade a chick and spend a lot of money on her, but at the same time, the girl better not try to play them or be ungrateful, because they'll send her right back to the hood in a heartbeat.
We been a nigga just stepping, we came in the door and they taking the flow, call it repo. My doggy gon' bite, no Chico.
Although the song wasn't anything incredible, I was so glad to hear something smooth that sounded like typical Migos for the opener of Culture 3. After the headache that was Culture 2 and the group being gone for a couple of years, I heard Avalanche and went, yeah, like they back. I know y'all thought this would be in the fire tier, and although I will say it was a refreshing return to form for them, I wasn't going crazy no matter how many times I played this song. It was still just straight.
What a feeling, ooh, what a feeling, up.
I immediately assumed that this would be a slept-on song because the music video has been on YouTube for 6 years and doesn't even have 500,000 views. I rock with the track, but there's nothing about the song that would make me tell someone, like, yo, you gotta check out What a Feeling from Young Rich Nation. It ain't nothing that crazy. But hey, I guess me saying that, I'm one of the reasons why the song hasn't reached 500,000 views yet.
Bitches on bitches like the fuck they friend, they don't lower their standards and everybody cool with it.
Quavo's melody was nice as hell on this hook. Bitches on bitches like the fuck they friends, they didn't lower their standards and everybody cool with it. Young niggas in the shop just bought a new chopper, he'll show you he a fool with it. But I can't even lie to y'all, as much as I like the hook, I didn't really care for the verses from any of the 3 members. Well, Takeoff was spitting on his. I would say Takeoff was dope. For Quavo and Offset, like, I'll tolerate them, but already this was a song that I went back to like 5 times after first hearing it, and every time was mostly to hear the hook from Quavo.
Chop, you can get them on your asking. How many chickens you can get them, whichever way nigga trap turns Zaxby's.
I was expecting this song to be something crazy, because it's this small YouTuber I know where he only likes 5 songs from Culture 1, with Call Casting being one of them. This track didn't blow my mind or anything like that, but I will see why it would be a highlight from the album. Although I don't love it as much as he does, I would still say the song is nice.
Ooh, you always going out your way.
With this being the final song on Culture, it was like a tad bit underwhelming. Like, same thing with the first song on the album Culture with DJ Khaled. I already had that in the skip tier. It's like the songs in the middle are why this album are so goated. Culture and Out Your Way are just alright tracks, but when it comes Out Your Way, I do catch myself like singing it every now and then, and I do return to the song.
Quick capping, girl, you know it ain't your birthday. Hey, who birthday? Put your hand up.
Now, what made me like this song was everyone's flow. All three of the Migos have flows that I couldn't stop bopping my head back and forth to. I was expecting this song to be some mid, but as their rhyme schemes was going on, I was like, hold on now. Like, they picking it up here. So the flows definitely saved this song from being a skip.
Told myself that I would get through this verse and I'm not gonna mention the plane. But look at the plane.
Unlike the clock on the wall at your mama house, I don't have time to hang. They gave this nigga Drake half the song and they did not need to do that. Even if this was just a 2-minute solo like Drake song, this would have been some very forgettable material. He had some nice ass lines here and there, but overall this dude was rapping for like 2.5 minutes and it wasn't nice enough for him to take up half the track. Now, although I'm slandering Drake, I do like the beat a lot here, and the Migos' performance was cool, especially Takeoff. So that's why I have the song in this tier. If I didn't like the beat or Takeoff's verse, this song would definitely have been a skip.
Fresh out the bed. Count up the dead.
I love the damn music video to this song. Everything about it was icy as hell. The mansion they shot at, how all three of them and 2 Chainz looked. And as funny as this may sound, this song just always came off as a Quavo track featuring Offset, Takeoff, and 2 Chainz. Specifically, I mean the length of the song and how they split it up. This song is 4 minutes and 40 seconds. Takeoff and Offset don't show up until the 3.5 minute mark. So 3.5 minutes, that's already long enough for a song right there. But for Deads, only 2 of the 4 people have even spoken by that point. You hear Quavo's voice so damn much for most of the track that it feels like it's his own song. So I can honestly say that the hook by Quavo can like slightly get on your nerves after a while, but this song is still cool.
Excuse me, I have on too much jewelry. Never too much, never too much.
Y'all remember what I said about Dead sounding like a Quavo song featuring the other members of the Migos because you mostly hear Quavo on the track? There's a couple of songs on Culture 2 where Takeoff takes up like 75% of the performance to the point where it's pretty much his song. Too Much Jewelry is one of them. This is like a Takeoff song featuring Quavo because Offset is not here at all. Takeoff has a verse and he shares the hook with Quavo and that's it. I don't know why this is branded as a Migos song. I like this track, just hearing Takeoff talk about how much ice he has, but I could do without the high ass amount of auto-tune at the end. I cut the song off as soon as it reaches that part.
Whole lot of gang shit. Gang, gang, gang.
So Gang Gang is a song that once again feels like a Takeoff featuring Quavo song with Offset nowhere to be seen. He got in his relationship bag on this song. The hook by Quavo doesn't really match what the song is about. He's singing about posted up with the gang, pull up with the gang, whole lot of gang shit. But then in the verses, Takeoff is discussing love related things. The track still works even with this discombobulation though. Alright, even though the Migos catalog is loaded with mid, they have a good number of songs that I would say are good. Some songs were good, but I didn't rock with them like that. I already covered those and Not For Me tier for part 1. But now let's talk about the good songs from them that I personally enjoy myself.
In the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry. Whip it in the kitchen, wrist twisted like it's stir fry.
Their production on this song was different from the usual trap sound they use, and it actually worked in their favor. This man Quavo said, "She got a big old onion booty, made the world cry." I'm surprised I've never heard anyone clown that line because that was terrible. But he made up for it on every hook with that "keep watching me rip up." Like that was clean.
I'm pushing the bins. How you go big on big? What you talking about? We done been did. How you go big on big?
This is my favorite Migos song that I've heard from them. Out of the 71 tracks that I had to listen to, Big on Big is hands down my favorite one. The song is just the Migos explaining how are you going to outshine them or be bigger than them when literally everything that you have, they either have the same thing or they're doing it better. In the hook, Takeoff says, "If you got big paper, but I also got big paper, how you gonna big on big?" And then he mentions other times how he's doing better than his ops. If your bitch is a 5 and my bitch is a 10, how you gonna big on big? If you driving a Jaguar and I'm pushing a Benz, how you gonna big on big? Notice how I keep mimicking Takeoff's voice? Like, that's because him and Quavo's vocals were hidden. The entire time Quavo's in the back like, how you gonna big on big? If you got big paper and I got big paper, how you gonna big on big? Like, this is one of the most underrated Migos songs ever. I've never heard of this song in my life until I started working on this video, and it was a great track.
I would like to welcome you to the Migos show.
I actually first heard this beat at the end of a Croc Gang ENT video, and I've liked it since then. This beat is magical, and you can legit like get faded to a song like this and be on some chill shit. If there's any song to listen to from Culture 2, it's this song and the next one I'm about to talk about.
AP on me iced out, tennis chains iced out, whole pointers round my neck, looking like a lighthouse.
Believe it or not, BBO is my second favorite Migos song behind Big on Big. Mostly because of 21 Savage on the hook. His verse fit perfectly with the rhythm this song had. Grew a nigga pipe down, chopper make him pipe down, running man, catch me if you can. I start nodding my head immediately every time this song comes on. If any of you guys don't rock with this song because of 21 Savage, it's funny because that's where I'm the complete opposite. The Migos did a nice job, but 21 and his beat are the highlights for me.
Just for the night. Just for the night.
Now, Chris Brown doesn't have a verse on this song. He just sings the hook, and it's what you would expect from Chris. For me, my expectation is always for him to deliver a good sounding performance. Some of y'all are probably used to him performing some mid, because people do be saying he's been making the same song for the past 10 years. I don't know. But hey, I like Just for the Night, and it was a collab I was not expecting to work. Like, Chris Brown and Migos, how about that?
I wanna know what you want from me, what you want from me.
Speaking of Migos making love songs for the women out there, I'm super surprised this collab with Justin Bieber worked as well. I've seen this song get so much disrespect already because people don't want to hear a love song from them. After all, they typically talk about is fucking random bitches. But the thing is, that's what this song is about. They're asking the girl they're with, like, what do you see in me? Like, you know I'm a thug, you know I mess around, you know I do this and that. I mean, I appreciate that you still want to be with me, like, but why? It's a song of them admitting their own flaws, which is dope. And Justin's performance was a wonderful touch to it.
What's the price? Prices going up. Woo!
This is one of the highlights from Culture 1 for sure. It's the Migos just talking about the price of being rich and famous and how it's not an easy choice to get into this lifestyle, as there's some rough decisions and sacrifices that you have to make to get into it. I guess it could have been better had they gave specific examples or told quick stories of things they had to give up in life or what price they had to pay to get where they are. But for Migos standards, this is still cool the way it is.
Street niggas sacrifice. Clean it up, then you gotta flip the money twice.
Not to be lazy with this explanation, but everything I said about what the price applies to this song too. So if you like one, you kind of have to like the other song. They're pretty similar. Now, really quick, I want to just show some love to the Young Rich Nation album. The first 8 songs on that album were all dubs. Where they lost me was Pipe It Up. But I was listening to the first 8 songs and just going, damn, how have I never been told about the Migos or this album? Like, this can't be too many dubs in a row like this. When I first started making this video, the Migos was hitting for me heavy. They started messing up as time went on, as y'all saw, disliked more songs than I liked. But they started off as GOATs already. So the next several songs that I'm going to talk about are all going to be from the Young Rich Nation album.
Remember the time they shot up my mama house 12, tried to make it my fault.
This is the very first song I had to listen to, and this is the opener to their debut album, and I immediately started liking them a lot. I was like, okay, they starting off strong. Memorize was them just remembering things in their childhood, like teenage years and such. They all got lines like, remember the time, like that. And they was spitting on each verse.
You want the origin of the flow, you better shut the fuck up and listen up.
These niggas was talking that shit in this song. One of the best things about some early Migos songs is how they was new into the game and they was already spitting facts about the moves they made and how impactful they was in the rap game right out the gate. If you want to get a taste of early fire Migos before they became the mid-goes like they are now, you got to go back to the north and check out Migos' origin.
Young niggas got the crown. OGs, they respect us. Young niggas got the crown.
I love the idea of this song. You know how basketball teams be spraying champagne in the locker room when they win a championship? The Migos are spraying champagne because of their newfound success and the fact that they got love from some of the OGs in the game already. As mentioned earlier, this is another great song to hear from early Migos because they already knew they was about to do nothing but get bread and be some of the biggest artists around.
High speed chase going down 85. Blowing white lights on the north side.
The homage they paid to Eazy-E and his flow on Boys in the Hood was really, really dope. I did not know the Migos can be this creative with their songs. I was thoroughly impressed by the old school vibe that they had with this song, and the storytelling was impressive and top notch. This is another reason I dislike gangsta rap so much. They tried the old school creative feel in that song too, but that messed it up big time on that one. If you want to hear like a 80s like rap style kind of song from the Migos, then put on Highway. You'll be impressed.
Miko. Smoke one time. Smoke one. Drink one time.
Now, as much as I was slandering songs like Get Right With You and Slippery, saying how I don't see how those are some of their most popular songs, for one time, the catchiness can get to anybody. Smoke one time, smoke one. Drink one time. You can't tell me you haven't heard this song and caught yourself singing it a few times.
If you don't know what you're hearing, you're listening to that new trap song.
The production, like the piano and the horns, is what pushed this in the fire tier. It would have been good enough if this was just an okay beat, but this beat is flames to me. This is seriously top 5 Migos beats that I've heard, and I recommend checking out Trap Funk mostly for that. I'm not about to say that the song is funky because I feel like an old ass 80s nigga talking like that, but y'all get what I'm saying. The beat is funky.
In the band, no, I hate it starving. So many late nights at the lock-in.
I haven't been seeing this song get any love. The album just came out and this already feels like an underrated deep cut on the project. This beat has such an angelic feel, and luckily the Migos voices don't mess it up. They came with their typical raps, and Quavo's singing gives it a dope vibe too. I'm just really surprised that this is already a slept on song from Culture 3, cause I thought Time For Me was hard.
I had love in a minute. I've been on drugs for a minute.
What? A heartfelt song from the Migos? A pay and respect song from the Migos? Who would have guessed that would be on this album? The Juice WRLD feature is similar back to what I said about Justin Bieber's on What You See. It sucks he didn't have a verse, but he still did a nice job for what it is. And hearing Quavo bring up the Lil Peep situation that he was catching heat for, and saying how he wished he would have been more of a mentor to Pop Smoke before he passed. This was another Culture 3 song where I said, like, hey, like this gonna have to go in the fire tier. Like, good job, y'all.
Outro.